everyone. Welcome to our 14th episode of Unspoken Experiences. We have come really a long way, and I appreciate all of you who have come over here and spoken about their experiences because it really, means a lot because it takes a lot of courage from one's end to come over and speak it in front of public when you know there's still a long way you need to go. So, sharing your small experiences which you have not really spoken to other people about, or any other such experiences, I really appreciate and thank you all. So, today as well, we have another guest with us who will be speaking about, she'll be speaking about her own experience. And I really appreciate when I asked her, like, can you come? She was just like that, yes, I am ready and I'll speak up. So, I really appreciate you for being here, and let's invite her. Jenny, are you there? I think she'll join us in a while. So, yeah, I mean, anybody who wants to share anything by then, please do that. Or if you have any questions, or if you would want to come to this live and share your experience, please reach out to us because it really means a lot to other people, I guess. Because even if one person or one instance of your life can really impact the other person, it is all counted. It is all to be inspired from, and I really appreciate that. Just a second, I'll just see where is our guest for today. Yeah, I think she's here. Jenny. Can you please join? Hi, Jenny. How are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Doing
How was your
great.
day?
I can see. It was really hectic, but yeah, as usual.
Nice.
But I mean, just before you came, I was just saying that, I really appreciate that. I just asked you for a second that can you do this, and you were like, yeah, I'll be ready to share. And I really appreciate that people coming up and sharing their experiences out in public. It really takes a lot of courage, and it feels that you are sharing your story out in public, keeping it open for opinions and everything. It really means a lot. So thank you so much for coming and sharing sharing your experiences which you are about to share. So yeah, I would first want yourself in your own way.
Sorry, I didn't hear you.
Just a second, I think. Yeah, I was just saying, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Can you hear me now? Yeah. So
Yes.
I was just saying, I would want you to introduce yourself in your own way. How would you want to
Yeah.
introduce yourself?
Okay. So, hi to new faces. Hi to faces that I know. I'm Jenny Wilson. Um I'm turning 24 this year. I'm doing my MSc. Um, thing about me that everybody knows is I'm very open. Like I will tell you point blank about whatever it is. And but I also know that not everybody take it positively, but I'm a person who do not like keeping things in my mind and walking around, and I will of course tell it to you whatever it is. And I'm an extreme extrovert. I can keep talking to
Mm,
you even if you keep quiet. I can keep going on. Maybe you'll have to tell me, Jenny,
right.
stop, and that's when I would stop. Otherwise, I can keep talking. So that is who I am.
I
Yes.
mean, that's a really good introduction about yourself. Usually we speak about what do I do? I do this, I am studying this, or I'm qualified for this. But you
Right.
spoke out of your heart who you think you are, your qualities, basically what
Right.
makes you you, right? So, I mean, that's really good. Okay, so Jenny, starting with an unspoken experiences episode 14, what kind of a experience is it that you would like to share? I'm sure that you have gone through many such experiences, but which is the one that you would like to share over here right now?
I think more than experiences, I think this is an experience that as humans and as individuals we face, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think what I would want to
Mm-hmm.
talk is about how to fight your own demons.
Right.
Okay. So when you say fight your own demons, demons can be anything. Okay.
Right.
Demons can be like spirits, or you're getting
Mm-hmm.
possessed. When you say demons,
Mm-hmm.
first thing that you remember is haunted movies that we've seen,
Yeah.
as kids or as whatever age we are right now, horror movies and things like that. But the demons I am talking about is the demons that we fight every day. That
Mm-hmm.
is our mind. Okay.
Right.
I'm a person who believes that
Mm-hmm.
our mind is Satan and our heart is God. And our
Right.
mind makes us go through a lot.
Mm-hmm. I think.
Lot of emotions
Mm-hmm.
like that. And the reason why they go through that is because their mind is not allowing them to function for who they were
Mm-hmm.
or are, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I think what we should learn is how to not allow these demons to conquer us, right?
Right.
Because once these conquer you, that's when you're not able to focus on the things you want to do in life. Maybe let's take it for just a day. Maybe this day, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'm planning to do this and this. For example, I'm studying in college. Okay, I have a project to submit tomorrow. Let me focus on my project. Let me study for my exams. But if my demons are fighting with me and I'm not able to fight them back, I can't study. I can't do my assignments. I can't have a social relationship with my friends, be it lecturers or be it family, be it relatives, be it whoever it is. My whole day
Right.
of
So
functioning just
basic.
goes.
Right. So basically, it is about, your mind. If it is not, really working well, it affects other parts of your, other aspects of your life as well. Your
Exactly,
relationships,
you're
your
right.
career, your studies, everything.
Yep, exactly. So that's how it is. That's what I said. Our mind is just like Satan. As me
Right.
being a believer, me being a Christian, we believe that how Satan makes us go in a bad zone and they
Mm.
put us in a bad way. So that's how it is. Our mind decides to tell us, okay, Jenny, you know what? You can't do this. I'm sure you can't focus. And then we tend to
Right.
believe what our mind says. Oh, yeah, actually, I can't focus. Forget it. I'm not doing it today. You know?
Right.
So we need
Right.
to fight it. For sure, we can. But
Right.
how we are going to
Right.
fight is what we have to decide.
True. So,
So,
Jenny, you
yeah.
said that you went through depression, anxiety, and a lot of stuff.
Mhm.
So,
Mhm.
how was the experience for you, and how did you overcome it, or you came out of it, or you are still working on it? However it is, let's just share your raw experience, whatever you felt.
Right. So, when I had to talk, see, I was as a child, okay, I was a very positive, jovial, extremely naughty. Like everybody has seen Jenny as a hippie person. They wouldn't have seen Jenny in a sad state or in a bad situation. But once depression and anxiety conquered me, as a person, I changed a lot. That is physically, let's
Right.
start with physically. I reduced weight. I started losing
Mm.
sleep. Uh, I started becoming darker than my usual. How do I look? Like my appearance
Mm.
is completely changed once the depression and anxiety took over.
Mm.
Mentally, I was not talking to
Mm.
anybody.
Mm.
From my extrovert behavior, I became very introvert. I don't know how
Right.
to talk. Maybe the only thing I can talk is this saying, hi, how are you? I do not know how to
Mm.
go about with a conversation. I would stop right there. I lost relationship with my family. Like, not I lost, like, I withdrew my relationship with my family because of my guilt that I
Mm-hmm.
made myself go through that guilt. Uh,
Right.
and that put me in a very bad state, to be honest. I couldn't fight it by myself. It was really, really, really hard. I had really, really close people and friends who tried helping me out, but then didn't work. Because, see, I can only tell you, hey, listen, Pranjal, everything's going to be fine. I'm going to help you out in
Right.
this. It's easy to say, but it's very hard to practice it, right?
So true.
There might be thousands of them who's going to be there to hold your hand and be like, come, let's do this together. But to practice it as an individual for those who's going, it's very hard. So I faced issues. Then
Right.
I decided to divert my mind into working. So once I
Mm-hmm.
started working, that completely moved my focus into, okay, like job oriented. Look, I need to complete. I have my task to finish. It went there. One thing that I understood why my depression and anxiety came was because I was very insecure. I was very
Mm-hmm.
dependent. I couldn't imagine of being alone by myself. It's very hard for me.
Right.
So when that
Right.
situation happened, that is why I got into a bad zone.
Mm-hmm.
So I decided to teach myself you can do it by yourself. You don't need a person's help to live. You don't
Right.
need a person to hold your hand and be like, okay, Jenny, I'm going to be there for you. No, I fought
Right.
my own self, whatever I went through.
Mm-hmm.
And that made me become much better. I become like, I'm still working on it. I'm not perfect. I still have my own issues.
Mm-hmm.
It comes here and there. It's natural for all of us to have our ups and downs here and there.
True.
You know what I mean,
True.
right? So I did fix myself and I started becoming more healthier.
Mm-hmm.
I started eating food. I have good sleep now. I've like like people started telling me I started glowing. Yes, genuinely, I
Right.
started glowing once I ditched all my things that I was going through. I had new people coming into my life, and they were wonderful. Uh, help for me that I can always be grateful to them as well. They always stood by my side, even though I throw my tantrums at them. They still stood by my side. Um, but if you
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
it's not that easy
Jenny,
to
you were
fight them off.
stuck. You were stuck. Uh, yeah. So you
Yeah,
were
could you tell me
saying
from
that
where
if
was
you ask,
I?
yeah, can if I tell you about now.
Yeah. So if you ask me, Jenny, how are you doing currently? I'm
Mm.
not fully okay. Because, like I said,
Mm.
once these demons come into you, it's very, very hard to pull it away. I was giving an example to one of
Right.
my friends the other day. If all of if you have seen this movie
Mm.
Conjuring, there was Edwin Lorraine who was telling an example to the mother of that house whose house got possessed. She asked, "Can we run away from that house and
Mm.
let's shift from the house and move away?"
Mm. Jenny, your network is really lacking. Can you just adjust with
Can
that?
you can you hear me now?
Yeah, it's coming and going. So if it is,
Okay, just hold on.
hey, yeah, yeah. So till the time she comes back, I'm sure you all are really getting some insight out of it. Like something you might think that it is something which we all go through. And the basic thing which I have noticed that all of us goes through is the first change in our lives whenever something happens, whenever we feel low. This the something which which we can really see that we are going through something is when our daily routine is getting changed, as in your appetite, your eating habits, your sleeping pattern, your exercising, or your body weight. It's just it's very visible, or inside that you are going through this change. You know that you have to work on it. So I mean, you really get to know. This is the first change I think we all see. So let me just invite her back. I think she's here. Yeah. Hi, Jenny.
I'm
Yeah, I
so
was just
sorry. I'm really,
sharing.
really sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It always
Yeah,
happens.
you were
It's
saying I
internet.
was actually listening to you. Go
Yeah,
on.
okay, so I was just saying that the first signs of us realizing that, or us realizing that we ourselves or anybody near us who goes through this low phase of in their life has these cues or the clues which life gives us. Few of them are our sleeping pattern changes, our eating habit changes, or we kind of start looking thin or heavy, or somewhere something is really changed, a drastic change or a minimalistic change, which you see that over the period of time we keep changing like a lot. So that's the hint for all of us to look out for ourselves, that yeah, we need to take care of ourselves or the other person however we can, however best we can. So yeah, I was just sharing that. So I thought, like, till the time you come back, I'll just share that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
please
so
go ahead.
sorry. My network, I don't know what happened today.
It's all right. It's
It's
all
just
right.
acting a little weird. Yeah, so
Yeah, yeah.
I'm audible now, right? Like it's proper.
Yes, yes, properly audible. Yeah.
Okay, cool. So yeah, like I was saying, in that
Mm.
movie, in that example, they were saying as to how Edwin Lorraine was saying that, it's demon is like a chewing gum that is stuck on your shoes. So wherever you
Mm.
go, it's going to walk with you as well. It's not going to go away
Right.
unless not you decide to throw it off. That's
Right.
exactly these demons are. Your mental health issues, once it comes, it can attack you in a very bad way. Maybe you're all right, but then when certain situations come back again, it re-repeats whatever you've gone through. Like it's like a flashback, proper
Right.
flashback as to what to do. So when I was
Right.
talking about fighting our own demons, so how are we going to fight? Okay.
Mm.
I'm working on it as well, and I would like to share how I'm working on it by myself. Right?
Yeah, sure.
One
So
thing
before
is,
you share that,
hmm
Jenny, I'm so
hmm
sorry to cut you off here,
hmm
but I would first want you to tell, how, what were the, when you went through that phase, what were the thoughts, your emotions, that you went through in that phase?
uh,
Uh,
I started becoming very negative. Like,
mm-hmm.
it's me as a person, or maybe that's how all of us are in general, that maybe you are upset or you're sad, okay? And you feel everybody is sad just like you. Or
Right.
maybe you feel that everybody's upset with you. So I used to have this behavior that when I was upset with certain things of whatever I was going through, I used to ask my friends, hey, are you upset with me? Why aren't you not talking to me? So they used to be
Mm.
like, no, we are fine with you. There's nothing. Why are you
Okay.
thinking? So I started becoming very negative. I started feeling that, people didn't enjoy my company anymore. Um, I started thinking that, what, I can't do anything anymore. I started avoiding a lot of activities that I was part of. I was very low key with whatever I did and whatever I've done. I was being very aloof. Maybe I wanted to be around people, but because I stopped
Mm-hmm.
talking, I didn't want to be around people. I became very
True.
insecure about my appearance. Like,
Mm.
am I looking really thin? Am I looking really bad?
Mm.
Now have I put on weight, or will people like me how I look, or do people like me how I was? What is happening? Like, I had so much of confusion in my head. And
Mm.
the major thing that attacked me during this time was mood swings. I've never had mood
Right.
swings in my life, but once the king and queen depression and anxiety decides to join, I got my mood
Right.
swings. I have major mood swings, like frustration, and I'm irritated, I'm annoyed. I can
Mm.
throw my tantrum at anybody whom I want to. I won't even care
Right.
who it is. I would show my anger, whoever you are. Anything can,
Mm.
upset me, or anything can trigger me. And that again gave me fear. I used to be like, you know what, it's better for me to stay away from people, because it's not right for
True.
me to show my issues to people around, because I am not okay. Maybe they have nothing to do with this. Just because I'm going through
Right.
something doesn't mean I have to throw it to somebody. So I again started going away from people. These were the certain behaviors that built up once all these came along with me.
Mm. So it was like a really difficult phase for you, a lot of mood swings and emotional outbursts and everything. I mean, I really appreciate, first of all, for you dealing with it and still, working on yourself. And second of all, seriously speaking out in public about your raw emotions and raw, thoughts. Generally, we say, okay, I went through depression. This has just become a term like, depression or anxiety. These are the most used terms, but we don't really get into the depth of what do I think, what do I feel when I'm going through all of that. I mean, what really matters, I mean, it's not about the label of depression or anxiety. You go through anything, but what matters is what you are thinking and how you are feeling, because that is really when you get affected, and that's how your behavior gets affected. So thank you so much for at least speaking out your raw emotions and thoughts. So, how did you handle it, post that? Like, what were the steps that you followed, or what was the, milestones? Like, at least I've reached till here, till here, till here. I have to still work on it. And how did you work on it?
So before that, since you said about this, the main reason why I decided to speak this in public, like you said, people
Hmm.
don't talk about this in public, is because people will be like, dude, there's nothing called depression. It's just called sad. Dude, there's nothing called anxiety. It's just called attention. People don't take it seriously, right?
Right.
A lot of people end up losing their life is because nobody took them serious when they said, hey, I'm going through something. Please listen to me. And
True.
nobody was there to listen to them, right? And the reason why I decided to talk about this because I want to tell people, hey, it's okay. It's fine if you're going through this. You need to
Hmm.
talk to somebody who is willing to listen to you. Do it. Don't
True.
hold on yourself thinking about what public thinks about you. It's fine. All of us have our own issues. Nobody
Yes.
in this world has problem-free life. Everybody has their own issues. And it's okay. It's totally fine to talk to somebody who you think you can share your problems with to,
Hmm.
like as a whole. That will help you to sort your own issues, right?
True.
And like you said, people use the word depression, anxiety in a random, platform as well. I ask
Right.
you, hey, how are you doing? Hey, I'm depressed. Do you like we don't realize the seriousness of that term depression, the seriousness of
Hmm.
the term anxiety when only when you see somebody go through or when you go through yourself in reality is when people get to know about it,
So
right?
very true. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, like I was saying, how I coped up and I'm still
Hmm.
coping up is, I think it's self-love. You need to
Hmm.
love yourself first, which is very, 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 very important for you to function anything that you want to do in life. Only if I love myself, can I love my family, can I love my friends? If
Hmm.
I have a husband, can I love my husband or in my whatever relationship am I in? I
Hmm.
can love what I'm doing, like my education. I can only love my education if I love myself. If I can't
Hmm.
help myself, I can't help nobody. If I
Right.
am, one of my friends told me that, hey, if you are not happy, you can't make another person happy, which is absolutely right because you are going through your own issue. It's so hard for you to fix or, show empathy with another person when they are going through something because you are not okay. So the
Sure.
biggest main thing is self-love. Love
Hmm.
yourself as much as you can. And every day, once you go back to bed, start reflecting how your day was. You will
Hmm.
yourself see how much you've changed and how much you've grown up from the situation you are in. Like, for example, my frustration, just give me an example. My
Hmm.
frustration. Imagine I had a series of reasons why I'm supposed to get frustrated, and I
Hmm.
didn't. Before going to bed, I'm reflecting. Okay, let me
Hmm.
see how it is, and then I'm going to think about all the situations that happened, and then I realized that man, I didn't show my frustration out. You feel so confident. When that
Right. And
confidence
it
builds, you're
builds you.
again strong. Yeah, exactly. You
Yes.
become more strong, and then you'll
Hmm.
be like, you know what, I can do this. This is not hard. I
Right.
can do this. Let me focus on myself. I can do this. So
Hmm.
that's what you should do. First is self-love. Reflect your thoughts every day as to how well did you do. Sometimes you go wrong. Naturally, we make mistakes. There's nothing
Right.
wrong in it. What we do is we have to learn from our mistakes that we've done. Like, for example,
Mm.
if I'm going to reflect in the night, be like, oh my God, I just shouted at the person. How am I going to
Yeah.
reflect? I'm
Can
going to
you
tell myself,
can you go again because it just then internet.
okay. What I said was,
Yeah.
like, for example, I get
Mm.
frustrated because
Mm.
of my own problems and I show
Mm.
my tantrums to another person. During the
Mm.
night, I get back home, I reflect, okay, how did my day go?
Mm.
And I realize that I made a big flaw there, yelling at a person for no reason. You don't have to be disappointed. It
Right.
happens. It happens.
Right.
So what you do? You're going to be like, it's fine. I know what
Mm.
happened. I don't know why it happened. What I'm going to do is I'm going to apologize to that person and say, hey, I'm sorry for doing this. That gives you more
Mm.
peace. That again helps you to become even more warmer in whatever you're trying to grow in.
Right.
Apologize, and then you move on and be like, you know what, next time I'm not going to do this. So that's how you
Mm.
grow. Once you start having self-respect and self-love for yourself, you slowly start
Mm.
growing with a lot of things that you want to grow in.
Right. So
And
I think
be
what you are
and be
saying.
mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. Please.
No, go on, go on, go on, go on.
No, I just was like summarizing for the people that,
Right.
it just, what I think it is about being conscious, being self-aware that what you are doing, where you are, or, how bad the situation is for you, where you are if you know that, I'm in this deep hole. At least I am aware about it, I'm accepting the fact, then only I can start working on it and using our self-love, self-acceptance, apologizing to ourselves first. I think, rather than apologizing to others, first to ourselves is really important. So that's what you did, I guess.
Yes, exactly. That took a really long time because, like I said, I'm still facing
I'm
it
sure.
today.
Of
I
course, of
tend to
course.
do my tantrums at people because I am upset or I am disturbed with something. And, at the end of the day, I'll be like, oh God, what have I done? Like I start reflecting. There was this other thing that I used to practice. I used to like write on a book.
Mm,
Like I used to write like, okay, these are my negative problems. Like, these are the negative problems I'm facing.
mm,
And on the other side, these are the positive things I'm going to try. So
right,
I used to tend to open the book and I'll see, okay, these are the negatives. Okay, let me see what are the positive things I've tried. Like our SMART goals. So I,
right,
check on all the positive. I'm like, okay, good. I worked on this new thing that I decided to work today. Like, for example,
right.
maybe be happy with everything you have. Like, be content. Imagine that's the
Mm,
positive thing I've written. So I'm seeing
right,
today, was I content about all the things that I had and I've had? And then
right.
when I see that I am, it makes you feel
Mm,
so good. Like, oh, okay, I did it. I
right.
actually
Can I
successfully
ask
did
you
something that
one
I've
thing
written.
over here?
Yeah.
I mean, when you were writing, so when you started writing, how different it was for you, how differently you felt, because some things, the things like these, it's always there in our head, in our mind. But when we put it down on a paper, I've seen like a lot of difference when it comes to me. What did you feel? Like, was it
I
like
felt
really different when you wrote
amazing.
it?
I felt amazing because I remember when I wrote it, I was writing with tears, like, like oozing off from my eyes. Like, I'm
Mm,
very sad and I've written this. Like, you know what, this is my negative point, this is my issue, this is why I'm not, able to, be in a good place or be in a good place, a relationship with people. This is the reason. I was so frustrated and I was so sad when I wrote it. But as days
right,
went by, I realized that I drastically changed and I became more happier. So when I look back to those old pages, I'm like, damn, I've grown up so much of
sure.
difference. But then I'm
I
like,
think after
I mean,
writing,
little flaws are
eh,
there, but it's okay. I've improved
yeah.
so much and confidence builds.
Right. I think writing down, is like you cannot deny the fact that you are feeling this. It's there, out there. You have written it. I mean, you don't need to show it to anyone. It's just for you to reflect back what you are feeling because sometimes you are, a lot of thoughts are going on and we write it down. It's just pretty sorted in a way. And then you cannot even deny the fact that, I'm feeling this. Otherwise, you might. So writing down does help that way as
Yeah,
well.
very, very much. I would suggest this to everybody. Write down how you're feeling. If you're so scared to vent out to somebody how you're feeling, write it down as to how you're feeling. It also gives you a lot of inner peace in you that, okay, I've thrown it on a paper. And then when as days or months goes by, when you reflect back and just see, the paper that you wrote, you'll be so happy within yourself that, oh my God, look where I am now. I'm doing much
Right.
better. You'll actually have a smile on your face that, dude, I'm proud of myself. High five. Like, you give a high five to
So
your own
true.
self. You feel
Yeah.
really, really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, these are like the
Yeah.
main thing.
So
I think the first main thing is very important is
mm,
self-love.
yeah.
Only
So I
when
think
that
the
is there, we
curly-headed
can grow.
mess has sent a comment and
Oh,
saying, I think penning down things help a lot because it makes you very conscious of it and you put an effort to deal with it. And that's very true. What do you think, Jenny?
yes. Hi, Simon. Thank you so much for giving that comment. You're absolutely right. Pinning down really helps. Me and Simon have actually had good conversations about, the curly-headed mess. His name is actually Simon. We've actually had conversations about this, how we can work on a lot of issues and how sometimes we get into different mental health problems, like a lot of issues that we tend to face due to certain things that,
Mm,
clashes our pattern. So
right.
I completely accept what he says. It's very important
Mm.
to do that. So, yes.
Right, right, true. Yeah. So you did self-love, you did practice self-love with a lot of self-awareness and consciousness. Then you started writing it, you started reflecting back, you kind of, did go step by step. What was your next step, or what is your next step as of now?
Next step, as of now,
Mm-hmm.
I think as of now, I'm not going to take any step because I know I'm still growing with the first step. I'm
Okay.
still working on with my first step. So I'm not going
Mm.
to take the second step unless and until I complete the first step. It's like a
Right,
game. Unless and until I
right.
complete the level one, I can't imagine of
One.
reaching the level two.
Right,
I need to finish my
right.
level one properly. Only then can I think
Mm-hmm.
about level two. So that's what I'm going through.
Right.
First, let me have a self love within myself. Focus as to
Mm.
what I am and who I am. Be conscious about everything that's surrounded me and within me.
Mm.
And then
Mm.
only will I take a step two. And I think that's a
Yes.
suggestion as a person I would give everybody. Don't put in
Yeah.
too much of steps in your life. Okay, this, you know what, today onwards, I'm going to fix everything. I'm going to do self love. I'm
Everything.
going to do this. I'm going to do that. Don't do that. That's going to mess up. Trust me, it's going to mess you up even more.
Right.
Take a
Because you'll
step.
feel pressurized somewhere that I
Yes.
have to do a lot of things and I'm not ready. My body, my mind is not allowing me to do that.
Yeah.
And that really takes a toll on you. So, whatever the chunk is or whatever you want to do, just divide it into smaller chunks, smaller pieces, and please go with that. So, as you
Yes.
said, that's it. And also, I feel self love is something which, we haven't practiced since childhood. So, practicing it now would really take a lot of time and a patience that, okay, working on myself, I'm loving myself. So yes, that's very true that at
It's
least
very, very
be
important.
comfortable over here. Make this as your comfort zone and then expand it again and then again and again. Yeah, that's true.
Very true. Like, don't give up yourself for the new things that you decide to explore on. Like, for example, work or maybe college education or maybe relationships or maybe it's a little sketchy, but there are people who forget themselves because of drugs or alcohol, like things like that. Don't allow yourself to go aloof with the new things that you decide to explore. Make
So
sure
true.
that you're conscious that, hey, I'm here and I'm doing this as well. Do not
Mm,
allow yourself to go away from the things you're doing. And whatever you do, try to be as positive as you can. Don't try getting
right.
into the negative aspect. Always be positive and spread positivity around you and with the people around you so that those people also get impacted by your positive energy and they'll also be able to
Mm,
spread the same back to you as well. You got my point, right?
sure. Right, right. So, Jenny, I wanted to ask you like two questions. One,
Mhm.
when you're in such a low phase of your life, or such a phase that you are not really like yourself. So,
Mhm.
what do you think about asking for help? A, with people around you, and B, with professionals. So, what do you think about that?
Um, See, professionals,
Mm,
my personal comfort zone will be people whom I know very well. You got my point?
mm,
Like, I would prefer
yeah,
my close circle more. Like, there might be certain people that we trust so much and we share things to. I
mm,
might prefer people like that. Maybe as a
mm,
person, maybe I don't want their help. I just want somebody to
mm,
listen to me. Maybe that's all that I
right,
want. Just to somebody whom I can vent out and they will not judge me after that.
right.
So that's the only preference I have. So me as a person, I prefer, um, you know, close circle of friends and talk to them. But if you're saying that, you know
Mm,
what, I need help, even after venting
mm,
out, I would 200% stick with professional help. There is no doubt in that.
mm. Right. So you start venting out, and then in a process, when you understand that, I still need to have another perspective because just only speaking and people listening won't really help me out. So, yeah, I would go to
That's when
professional,
the
and that's really
professional
true.
help comes. Yeah,
Yeah. I
exactly.
mean, I would say really, if you don't have people to whom you can vent out to, you can still go to professionals. They are there for that, they can be, I mean, they can provide a ear for you to just
Correct.
listen to you, what you are going through. And that really
Correct.
helps. But yes, definitely for asking for, more help into more guiding, basically, I would not use the word guidance. I mean, it can be taken at in a different perspective. But yeah, to adding on more perspective towards your life, professional does really help. Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Especially when we are
yeah,
new in that field of, things like this. And as Indians, we are not that comfortable to talk to, people who you don't not know. Like, you're not comfortable. You always
yeah,
prefer your inner circle to talk to. So,
right.
but as a person, I will surely say that if you know that you are not able to help yourself, and even
Mm.
though you went it out to somebody and you still can't help yourself, of course, go to a
Mm.
professional and they'll be the biggest help you can ever ask for.
Yeah, sure. Okay, so Jenny, any piece of key advice or key learnings from your life that you would like just put it down and would like to give it to others that who are viewing and listening to your story, your experience.
Never lose yourself. Never lose yourself or never lose the person who you are. Maybe you might fix yourself, but it's sometimes very hard to be who you were. Maybe you're happy with your change. Like, for example, I am very, very happy for who I am now because my past experience has taught me so much in life. And, that's
True.
helped me to grow as a person and as a mature person as well. I'm very happy with it.
Mm.
But there might be people who want to be who they were. It will take time. It's totally fine.
Yeah.
Give it time. There is no hurry for it.
Mm.
So focus on yourself for sure. Do not lose yourself. Give
Mm.
it time. It's okay. And don't hide yourself from your feelings. It's totally, totally,
Mm.
totally fine to talk to somebody. There is no
Right.
harm in it. Don't punish
Right.
yourself with your own feelings because it's only going to kill you. It's just like drugs, it will kill you in a very bad manner. Talk to
Mm.
somebody, they might be a huge help. If you can't talk to
Mm.
somebody, like I said, use the journal,
Mm.
start writing. You'll feel even much
Yeah.
better. Yeah.
Right. I mean, thank you so much, Jenny, for really making it so, out about what you did and how did you, work on yourself, how you are still working on yourself. Because, saying that I worked on myself is still pretty easy, but saying that I'm still working on it and still you are here and speaking about your experience, it really really means a lot. And thank you, Jenny, for like really helping yourself out in this position and still speaking about your experience to other people so that they also feel that they are not alone. Because
Yeah.
I myself listening to experiences of the other people, I
Mhm.
feel that we are not alone in all of this. We are all there together and we can help each others.
Right.
So it's really good, and thank you so much, Jenny, for coming and
Thank you
sharing
so
your
much for having
experience.
me. And I feel so good. I'm a person who loves talking, especially for the things that I've gone, because it makes me feel better. Maybe there might be people who are so scared to talk about it. And maybe I might be the
Mm,
reason that's going to open their gate to open up their issues and their feelings. So
right.
thank you so much for actually having me in your platform. I'm really
Always.
honored to be here with you.
Thank you so much. It really
Thank
means
you.
a lot. Okay, then we'll see you in the next episode of Unspoken Experiences with another such a guest who has another such unspoken experience, and every experience is different in itself. So, anyone and everyone whom you think, or if you feel that you would like to share your experience, please come up. We would really need people to speak about their experience, because the more the people speak, the more unspoken experiences keep going. Thank you. Signing off for today. Bye bye.
Bye.